A COVID-19 nasal swab test penetrated a U.S. lady's cerebrum lining, making liquid whole from her nose and putting her in danger of hazardous disease, specialists detailed in a clinical diary Thursday. The patient, who is in her 40s, had an undiscovered uncommon condition and the test she got may have been done inappropriately. An arrangement of doubtful occasions that implies the danger from nasal tests stays extremely low. Yet, her case indicated medical care experts should take care to follow testing conventions intently. Jarrett Walsh, senior creator of the paper that showed up in JAMA Otolaryngology Head and Neck Surgery, told AFP. Individuals who've had broad sinus or skull base a medical procedure ought to consider mentioning oral testing if accessible, he added. It underscores the need of satisfactory preparing of those playing out the test and the requirement for cautiousness after the test has been performed, added ear, nose and throat expert Dennis Krause of Lenox Hill Hospital in New York, who wasn't engaged with the paper. Walsh, who rehearses at the University of Iowa Hospital, said the lady had gone for a nasal test in front of an elective hernia medical procedure, and thereafter saw liquid emerging from one side of her nose. She in this manner created migraine, heaving, neck firmness, and antipathy for light, and was moved to Walsh's consideration. She had been cleaned already for another methodology, same side, no issues by any means. She feels like possibly the subsequent swab was not utilizing the best method, and that the passage was somewhat high, he said. Truth be told, the lady had been dealt with years sooner for intracranial hypertension, implying that the weight from cerebrospinal liquid that secures and sustains the cerebrum was excessively high. Specialists at the time utilized a shunt to deplete a portion of the liquid and the condition settled. Be that as it may, it made her build up what's called an encephalocele, or an imperfection at the base of the skull, which caused the cerebrum's coating to project into the nose where it was defenseless to break. This went unnoticed until old sweeps were checked on by her new specialists, who completed a medical procedure to fix the deformity in July. She has since completely recuperated. Walsh said he accepts the indications she created were a consequence of disturbance to the coating of the cerebrum. On the off chance that the issue hadn't been dealt with, she might have built up a possibly hazardous cerebrum disease from microorganisms that went up the nose. Or on the other hand, air might have entered the skull and set abundance tension on the mind. Most testing conventions call for clinicians to follow the way of the floor of the nose, which lies over the top of the mouth, instead of pointing the swab up, or on the off chance that they point it up, to do as such with extraordinary consideration. Walsh said that, however, this was likely an extremely uncommon event. It was a token of the requirement for great preparing, given that many millions additional tests will be performed before the pandemic is finished.